there, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today we're going to carry on a little bit more with the mini album journal that I've started in my last video. I've got the keeping tabs punch, which also some people may know as a whale tail punch. I'm going to use this to be making some tabs to go on some of the flaps to lift in there inside. So we're going to do some of those. I've got some scraps of various coordinating coloured card, and I've also got some of my my leftover scraps of design series paper that we chopped off in the last video to cut down our album to a 6x4. So we'll see how far we get today. I'm not sure how much we're going to get done, how much we're not going to get done, but we'll see how it goes. My voice is a little bit croaky today. It's been a long day back at work, so yeah. So this one is, we're going to be using fresh Freesia, gorgeous Grape, Highland heather, and a little bit of crumb cake to make some of our page edges. Just trying to figure out which way is the best way to punch this around to maybe get the most out of our cardstock. So there's one. No, I don't think we get another one out of that. I think it'd be... oh, surprised myself. Oh, if I get it at the right angle, I can get a second one out of it. There we go. So we've got two out of that scrap there. We've got some fresh Freesia here, so we'll do one of those. There we go. And got some crumb cake as well. Let's do a couple of those, I think. I'm not sure how many of these we're going to use, but we will see how it goes. One just about there as well. There we go. So there's quite a few of those cut out, and maybe just, yeah, let's just do one of the fresh Freesia. You know what, let's see if we can put, no, that was just too skinny to get a second one. So these scraps I will put back in my album of cardstock, but I'll pop those over to one side for now. Got a couple of other punches here as well. I've got the Elegant Edge tag topper so that we could make some of our bookmarks and tags to go in the album. So first things first, we're going to start with these, what they call whale tail pieces. So they call it a whale tail piece because it looks like a whale tail, but you fold it in half like so, and then it goes over your page just like so, just to give you a little bit of a lifty flap. I feel like we need the, I don't know, I don't want to put the dark purple on. Maybe this one here is better. So we've got some contrast with the background here. Yeah, I think we're going to put that one there. So I'm just going to get some wet glue on that. I'm going to glue both sides at the same time. That glue came out rather fast. So to make it go a little bit further, I'm going to half push it closed just to spread some of my glue to the other half of it, so we're not wasting glue here. So I'm going to carefully put this around and line it up with the edge of my curved pieces here. Just hold that and press that down there. It gives you a nice little flap lift of piece. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm just going with the flow here. I've just got a tiny bit of glue on there. Right, so that's that one. For like this one, I'm going to make into a pocket, so I'm not going to put one on there. But I want a crumb cake one to go on here, I know that much. So, again, we're going to glue the inside. Oh, when the glue wants to come out, like so. I'm going to gently sort of kiss the pieces together just to spread the glue on both sides. like so. And this one's the opposite way around, and I'm not left-handed, so let's do that like so. A bit of a gentle press down, make sure it's all glued down. There we go. And then what have we got coming up? We've got one more there, so that one might make a pocket. I think we'll make a pocket with that one, but I'm not going to waste these ones. These ones I'm going to be using for making cards to go in there, just so they're easier to pull out of the pockets. So I'm going to get some basic white cardstock, and then we're going to cut ourselves some cards. Right. So we've got some scraps. There we go. So it's been my first day back at work today after a long month off. And yeah, let's just say I'm tired. Trying to get the hotel back ready for opening. We've got 3 more days until opening day, so not long really. So this piece of cardstock is 3 1/4. Let's see what we've got here. That one's 3. I don't want them 4 inches wide, but we could do them 4 by 3, so they're only, that was 3 1/4, so that one was 3 as well. So let's keep this one, and we'll do a couple of 4 by 3 pieces. So put my glue up on the way a moment. So cut that 4 inches, so that's a 4 by 3 card, and then we'll cut this one here at 4 as well. Now I've just gone and knocked one of my whale tail pieces on the floor, I think. Yep. Oh. So that's got us 2 cards for now, and let's get this bigger piece as well. This one was just over 4 inches wide, so I'll tell you what, we'll cut it at 3, and then we'll skinny it down to 4 inches the other way around. So we've got 3 cards then. There we go. That's that. Now we've got to decide how to decorate these cards, because I don't want them blank both sides. That's a bit boring. I've just got rubbish everywhere on my desk and it's driving me crazy. So what have we got here? So we've got this one here that is a celebration stamp set at the moment, which is nice and new. Let's see what else we've got. I've got both these 2 here as well. I feel like I might use a line piece on one of them. That's really weird that they've put like the margin side of it on the right hand side though, as opposed to the left. So I guess we just have to use the stamp up the other way and stamp from the bottom of the page up and repeat, so that you've got your margin, if that makes sense. First of all though, I feel like we could probably use some of this DSP somehow to decorate them as well. So these strips are roughly in the range of 2 inches wide, I think they are. We've got double-sided paper. So it's one of those nice butterflies on any of these. Note we managed to keep all of our butterflies on our page. I feel like this one's quite nice, and I want this one to be a focal piece, but then I want some, no, that's too much with it, some plainer, oh, that's part of that one as well. Oh yeah, so that's those two. That one, that one. Right, we can definitely keep these 3 for bookmarks then. These 3 here, I'm going to work some magic, I think. And I know they're only 2 inches wide. So if we cut these an inch shorter than this, so if we cut these 2 by 3, and then if we cut them at nice little angles, we can create like a mosaic kind of image on the front of our card. So what we're doing then, the cards were 4 by 3, so we're doing these. Yep, so they're 2 inches, and then we're going to cut these at 3 inches. So we've actually got enough to do 2 lots if we wanted to. And then cut those corners off. This seems kind of reckless at the time, but oh, and now I've just gone and moved my stack. I don't want to do that. I want to keep them exactly as they should be. And then we're going to cut. I want to keep that point on there. I need to keep these all stacked perfectly, so they all cut exactly the same. So there we go. And now we can mosaic these together on our page. So now I've forgotten how I've even cut them. Yes, that goes like that. No, I've forgotten how we cut these already. Let's just get the trimmer out of the way and then we'll figure out where we're at. So, one, that one, that one. So let's do the jigsaw puzzle. I feel like doing it with the leaves is going to be the easiest way. That's why I had it all the way around the wrong way. So that goes like that. But we're going to take one from each pile and then do that and that. So that's going to be one, that's going to be one, that's going to be one. And then, oh, I turned my other one up the wrong way, didn't I? That one will go with that one, that one will go with that one, and that one will go with that one. It's fine that we can decorate with other things. So, I'm going to take one of our cards and get a little bit of glue going on these. Is this going to behave for me today? Really hope so. I should have laid these out first, shouldn't I, to see how much of a gap I need to leave between them. I feel like it's going to be something like that, isn't it? No, I give up with these things. They drive me insane. Right, let's go back to the wet glue. Wet glue never used to give me this much trouble. At least with wet glue you've got wiggle room as well. So then this one goes something like that. And then our last one will go at the top. Like so. There we go. So I've got a little bit of abstract going on the front of that one. And then on the back we can do some stamping. Let's do this one, I think. So I'm going to grab my lined piece. And I like the flower one as well. So that's that. Let's find some blocks that are big enough. Right. Try and line my lines up with the lines on one of my blocks. Got some blocks of a different brand. They have lines on them to try and keep your stamp straight, which is very helpful sometimes. Right, so I'm going to stamp my flowers down in the corner like so, and then I'm going to start stamping my lines up, but I don't want my lines to cover my flowers, so we're going to do a little bit of a masking technique, but I'm going to need a sticky note. And we are going to try and keep this in shot is what we're going to try and do. Let's put that block out the way. Let's keep those out the way a minute. Keep those pieces out the way. Right, let's find some black ink. What we're going to do is we're going to stamp out our flowers. It doesn't matter if it doesn't stamp 100% perfect, like so. And then we are going to fussy cut around that stamp, but using the sticky bit to stick it to my page so it can cover up my stamp once I've stamped just a minute ago. So when I cut my lines, I give it a tiny bit of a border, but not much. So it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going around reasonably close to the stamped image. Just like that. So it's only this side that we don't want to be stamped on when we stamp our lines. So then we're going to bring back the card in again that we've just made. So we're going to stamp our image here in a minute. So we're going to stamp our flowers. Right, I've gone and put my black ink somewhere now. Where did I hide my black ink? Up here. Right, let's get the rubbish away because it's getting rather chaotic here. But kind of thrive in chaos sometimes. So really want to make sure this stamp is nice and covered this time, because I do want it perfect this time. It's really not picking the ink up on the top half of that stamp, and I'm not sure why. There we go. There we go. That's that. Get my desk a little whiteboard. Just got a little bit of ink on the desk. There we go. Oh, we've got a missed patch down there. No. Am I going to ruin this by trying to stamp it again? No, how the hell did I get that right? But still, I guess today is my lucky day. I probably should have brought a lottery ticket. Right, so we need to cut off a little bit more of the top here. Let's cover up the ink before I go and ruin my good luck. So we're going to cut off a little bit more around here just because of the way that I stamped, the angle I stamped at. Like so. I'm going to use this to just about cover up where we don't want it stamped, like so. Perfecto. I'm going to take our lines. So I might leave this ink pad upside down for a few days because it seems to be drying up. Right, so we're going to want to start our lines nice and close to the bottom, as straight as we possibly can, like so. We're going to keep that on there while we stamp the next line, because I know the next line will be covering it too, but we're going to have to adjust our thing again because I need to cut off a little bit more. So cut back to there. I'm not one for fussy cutting, so this is a big thing for me. Right, let's get rid of the rest of the rubbish pieces. Now we've got to line this up again. So we need to get those lines there nice and straight. Like so. And that's going to be stuck to my desk this time, so we don't want it to move. Right, we already inked that up, don't we? We're going to ink it again, just because it can never be too inked up. So we're going to turn it back up this way again. I'm going to line up the lines as best as I can anyway. There we go. So now we have nice lines there. And we're going to keep the pattern going. So we're going to stamp that again. Just keep our lines going all the way up to the top. I apologise for my head because I know that's going to be in the way. I'm trying to line it up perfectly, and I think we're going to get one more in there. At least I'm going to squeeze one more in there anyway. Right, we're going to have to double up a line. So this is going to be the ultimate test. I feel like that's a little bit wonky. Very wonky, but we've got a line there. It's fine, we can work with it. It's not a big deal. So there's that card. So that is going to go in our book. So I'm just going to let that dry for a few seconds. We might do a spot of colouring on this and might just whack a bit of Wink of Stella on that one. So we'll pop that one in and then pop that to one side. And then what else should we do today? How long have we been here already? You've been sat watching me for 24 minutes already. We're going to do one bookmark. Try and keep this a little bit shorter rather than too long. because sometimes I do just chat a bit too much and don't really get a lot of crafting done sometimes. So this is the Elegant Tag Topper Punch. Now this is a smidgen too wide, so we're going to shave a hair off the side of this one. So it'd probably be like not even an eighth of an inch. I'm just going to go to a smidge below 2 inches, just so that it slides in the punch nice and easy. So just slide it on in. I like to check from the other side as well that it's perfectly lined up. Make sure we get an even cut and then punch. So there we go. That's the top of one of them. So you could add a little bit of string through the top if you want, or some ribbon. I might actually cut a piece of white cardstock exactly the same size and punch it as well, line it up nicely, so I have one white side and one pattern side. I really like this pattern, and as I messed up on the other one just a minute ago, I'm going to keep this side. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 6 by 2 inches, or a hair under 2 inches. So I've got this piece here, and then we're going to literally back it onto the white cardstock. So smidge under the 2 inches. Make sure it's nice and straight and butted up there. So, and then we want that 6 inches, don't we? And then we've got to punch the top. But we've also got to try and get it perfectly lined up, the exact same way as this one is. One side is slightly more curved than the other side. So I'm just gonna go for it. Hope for the best. There we go. So we're gonna stick this on here. Oh, not bad. A smidgen out the side, but we can cover that, or we can just nudge it one way when we glue. So it's got nice and white on the back, and then we could stamp on the back of that as well. So let's get some glue on here. And you know what? We could put some ribbon in between gluing. What have I got over here? I'm not sure if this is still current. The Irradescesnt striped trim, I think it's called. So I'm hoping it's still current. I'm sure I would have put it away if it wasn't. I'm going to put it like so, and I'm going to just stick that down with a bit of double-sided sticky tape, but the children have been out again and it has disappeared. I know I've got some more. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. There we go, found some double-sided sticky tape. Have to hide it from them sometimes because just go to walkabout otherwise. So we're gonna fold that nicely like so, and pop that right about here. I ripped it a little bit too wide, so okay, that should be fine. I'm going to stick that bit down there, and then we're going to put glue. Let's peel this bit actually. There we go. I'm gonna... Come on, glue, where are you? Just a minute ago you was coming up way too fast. That is going to be way too much near the top. Let's spread this out a little. let's try. No, let's line up the top. I feel like it's going to be better to line up the top first. There we go. Now I've got a nice little tabby pull bit at the top. Didn't quite get it straight, but it's close enough. There's a tiny bit of glue coming out that hole, but it will dry and you won't even notice it. So there's that one. Now this one here, which is the Celebration one. I feel like we just need to get some purple going on this white side. So we're going to stamp Day. It will come off nice and big in purple. And then we put A Perfect. I'm going to stamp that in a different colour. So we're going to sort of layer the writing. So we could go with Fresh Freesia as my light colour. I'm going to do Day in the Fresh Freesia. I'm going to need a big block for this one to go on. And all of my big blocks have disappeared. Where's the big block I was using just a minute ago? Pop some things out of my way a minute. So I'm going to use this block here. Peel that stamp off, put it to one side. Just clean my block off a little bit, it's got a little bit of ink on it. Can't even tell where the ink is. Must be old ink because it's dried on. There we go. So, yep. Day will just about fit on there. Let's put it upside down on the desk. And then pick it up with our stamp, because otherwise sometimes you stretch it. Oh, it's a new stamp. So sometimes you stretch it out of shape and then it doesn't quite work properly. So that's going to fit there nicely like so. And then we're going to go with a Perfect in Gorgeous Grape. So let's turn this one round first and get the Fresh Freesia out. Tell this is a nice new stamp. Very sticky. Now I'm just going to put my thumb in it. Trying to make sure I've got it all covered in ink. Now let's get this nice and straight down in this corner. It's gone quite textured and I'm not sure why. I've never had that happen before like that, but it's fine, we can work with it. I can use my Stamp and Write markers to go over it if I need to. And then I'm going to stamp A Perfect in Highland Heather, I think it was I picked up. Yeah, this one's really not picking up ink either as well. It keeps going all spotty. Maybe I need to clean them before I use them in future. But maybe we can just go with the texture and pretend it was planned. So there we go. It's a little bit wonky, but nothing's ever perfect when it's handmade. So let's just pop my ink back where they go, because otherwise I will never put them back. It will just end up in a mess like everything else has here today. So we're going to leave it at that today. So what we've done today is we've created one of our cards. We've got two more here and we've got all the pieces right about here to make those. I'll make those off camera because I don't want to bore you with the same old, because otherwise we'd be here for hours and hours. I'll probably stamp the back of the other ones quite similar as well, probably with the lines, and make the most of my stencil mask that I made. And then we've stuck some of our tabs on as well. So that's where we've at. And then of course we've made a bookmark. I'm not 100% on how this is textured and turned out, so I'm going to go over that with my Stamp and Write marker as well, and I will show you it after I've finished with the Stamp and Write marker. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll pop back for my next part. There will be a next part. I was hoping I was going to do this in 2 parts, but I want to kind of try and keep it a little bit shorter of each video rather than going so long all the time. And you've already been here over half an hour if you've got to the end. So I would like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Thank you. Bye bye.